Okay, we can get started. So welcome everybody to today's weekly town hall meeting, January 7th, 2022, first one of the new year. The agenda is projects and development updates, marketing updates, collaboration updates, and a couple questions for Q&A. Bommenson, if you want to get started on projects and development updates, please.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. So, as usual, the format is we will talk about the DEX project and followed by the blockchain project and other integrations. So, on the DEX UI, we have small enhancements and fixes going on, and the slide has the summary. Let's go to the next couple of slides. Yeah, so there's not much here in this project because we had vacations and only a handful of people are working on it. So the charts and other details are available here. So let's go to the next slide. Again, the same. Let's skip this as well. Okay, so on this slide, we have the ongoing progress where we're tracking the progress from November. So we can see that the last 2 weeks, the number of items on this project is pretty low. And I think the one major item which is pending here is the Hive integration or the Hive swapping. I believe that's the only major item which we'll be working on for the DEX UI. Okay, let's go to the next slide. On the next, we have put this on hold, so there are no updates. Even though Kritika is working on a small UI, on a small new UI, which we had missed out earlier. So that's okay. Now we have major updates from the blockchain team. First and most important was obviously we had the mainnet release published, and the hard fork was completed on 21st December. And the hard fork itself had gone fine, but then we had the Hive Suns and Bitcoin Suns set up by some of the witnesses, and then the same people who had set up the network had also performed few transactions. So this had this essentially made the blockchain different from what it was until 21st, or maybe or let's say what it was from 30th of December. And we had a peculiar scenario where only we have only 11 witnesses, out of which 4 of them had not upgraded their code, and that resulted in a situation what we call as a law witness participation. And in such scenarios, what eventually happens is the chain decides to perform a halt to avoid various attack scenarios. So we had I guess I had added a couple of more points here, which is missing here. So anyway, so we had a crash on 30th. Not a crash. We actually had a halt, chain halt on 30th, and the witnesses had come together and investigated various mechanisms to bring it back, and we had successfully brought the chain back. So we had these major incidents happening, which had happened in the last few days. And I really appreciate everyone who had worked hard to bring the chain back and have things back to the normalcy. And general updates. So again, there's much of work done here because of vacations and everything. So let's skip these slides. Again, yeah, we can skip this one also. Okay, now this is something we need to look into. So this is our status with respect to the number of issues or tickets that we have addressed. Now, unlike other projects like front-end projects, these numbers will be very small. So November and December, which is running up to the hard fork and the mainnet release, we had a lot of issues being addressed, issues with tickets being addressed. Some of them are features and some of them were bug fixes. And in the last 10-15 days, the numbers are pretty low. And from here onwards, that is from next week onwards, these numbers will again go up as we will resume our work on various new features. And there are very few non-bugs at this point. So there's bugs. We have a row which mentions the bugs. So historically, if you look at this historical data, we see that the number of non-bugs it's declining. So in November we had 11 of them opened, and now we have only a handful of them opened. And the number of new bugs being raised are also pretty low. Some of them are actually not bugs, so some of them are enhancements and some features that we are porting from BitShares, etc. So these numbers are declining. So it's a pretty good trend. But as we add new features and when we have more transactions, I believe these numbers will go up again. Okay, that's slide 13. Okay, now we have the Peerplays JS library. Here, here it's again upgrades. What we're doing here is we had a very large number of vulnerabilities which is being addressed and being tested. And now our focus is on upgrading the Node and NPM versions. Node is the JavaScript engine that we use, and NPM is the package manager. So these are quite outdated at this point. And we are upgrading to version 16 of Node, which is the latest and latest LTS version. So this work is going on, and so there are two things which is going on parallel. The Node and NPM upgrade is it's one activity which is going on, and the vulnerability fixes it's happening as a parallel thread. So once we test the vulnerability upgrades, we will proceed to the next. So and we are also planning to do a DEX UI release using this latest JS library. And we are also starting to work on key management, where we'll have a proper Web3 we'll have wallets and client side signing. We are planning to enhance those support, and we are planning to look into one of the available wallets called Whale Wallet, and from that we'll start exploring other wallets as well. So in terms of numbers, the numbers here are very low because there's only one person working on it, but this has tremendous impact on our future, the JS library upgrades. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is one of our integrations where we're building a website where people can claim the tokens, claim the Larynx tokens, which will be created on the blockchain, on the Peerplays blockchain. And we also have a snapshot application, which is the backend for this, and that talks to the Hive blockchain and does the takes the snapshot. So we have, as of now, we have shared the installation instructions to the Speak Network representatives, and we're waiting for the feedback. So it looks like right now the claim prop website is it's feature complete, and it's available for general public, and we have only one feature left, which is essentially the claiming and account creation, which should be done in a few days. And going forward, we may not have much work here, and we'll be moving back the resources to the next, which is on hold at this point. Let's move to the next slides. So here is a burn-up chart and other details. So Henry, do you want to pitch in regarding these charts?
All right. So I just want to say a big thank you to our team, because they did heroical efforts recently, especially in the recent week, during the holiday season, oftentimes, to develop the website and the backend, because we recently had some changes. Some changes were requested by our customers, design changes, I mean. And now, yes, it's ready to go, and we also prepared the installation steps. So SPK team can try to install and let us know how it goes. When the project is in pretty good shape, we will continue improving it. But yeah, as Bogdan says, yes, basically it's done, and we will move resources back to next project, which will be delivered in February. That's it from my side.
Yeah. Thank you, Henry. So Kelly, let's go to the next slide. So this is again the backend, which I had already mentioned, and the installation instructions has been it's been provided. So we'll skip this slide as well. So Kelly, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, again, the charts regarding the same, slide number 19. Okay, so that's all from the development team, and so major kudos to the SPK Network integration team who was working over the network over the weekend, over the vacation, and also to the blockchain developers who had worked really hard to get a major release out there. Plus, they also had to work on the. I mean, some of them had to work to help restoring the chain, some of the weaknesses. So I really appreciate all the hard work, and looking forward for the new challenges in 2022. Thanks.
Thank you, Bobinson and Henry. Okay, Michael, if you want to take over with marketing updates, please.
Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. I'm excited for what the year has in store, and part of my update today is actually about 2022 planning, which is going to look at our staffing, making sure that we have the right amount of people in the right positions, and looking at potentially expanding to see if we can be more effective at what we're doing. Also looking at our marketing resources, our tools, making sure that we have everything that we need to be successful, as well as planning our content for the upcoming year. A lot of time this week obviously was involved with the communications regarding the chain halt, and I appreciate everybody's efforts in getting us the information that we required in order to be able to facilitate the communications to get everything back on track as we were doing that. That also led to a refocused witness outreach and more defining the liaison that we're going to have between the Peerplays organization and the witnesses, and that person is Dave. He was introduced a couple weeks ago. He is in place and will be taking a more active role in the liaison outreach for the witnesses. We are also looking at witness outreach as well to solicit for more witnesses to provide greater security for the blockchain as well. Other things that we have going on for the week so far in marketing, we've been doing the content hierarchy and SEO work for peerplays.com, which is anticipated to launch next week. We're excited to be able to have a robust website that has a lot of information and a lot of resources for everybody. So we're just making sure that all that information is there and it's laid out well, and that when people search for us on Google and the other search engines, that we will be findable. Another part of that project is a side project for graphic image standardization, so that we are able to, as a marketing team, create imagery that is distinctive and really speaks to our brand and what we're doing, and also has the idea of humanizing the blockchain and the whole experience, and making sure that that kind of thought is there in the imagery. And the other side of that is to be, when people look at it, they know that it's Peerplays, and those are the goals of that project going forward, and that will be advancing over the next week or two as well. So very excited. There's a lot of things going on, and it's a busy time, and I look forward to everything that 2022 is going to be bringing to Peerplays. That's my update. I'm going to turn it over to Sala for the performance side.
Good morning, everyone. So in terms of performance, as you can see from the stats, we are starting this year 2022 strong in terms of engagement and new followers across social media. In the same time, since adopting the new strategy for the social media post and our new branding, we are seeing more engagement across all platforms. And starting from this month, we'll have more in-depth details of the monthly performance report at the end of the month. And then we will be seeing more and more engagement, followers, and with the website Peerplays almost ready to be live, then we can have more campaigns, performance campaigns, to get more witnesses and also get more engagement across the social media, and have a better and strong branding in terms of in the blockchain and crypto industry. So that's from my side.
Thank you very much, Michael and Sala. Jonathan, collaborations update, please.
So for collaborations, coming back from the holidays, over the holidays, because we've been away a while, there was a number of communications on all fronts regarding these aspects. Starting with Parlay NFTs, they've solidified how that operation is going to work. They've put together a fantastic slideshow, actually, that actually demonstrates how this new Casino 3.0 works and how Peerplays ties into it. It's quite exciting. We're continuing to coordinate with them on how that rollout goes. We actually are going to be having a call with them later today. So that's still ongoing and quite exciting. In terms of gaming, the Gaming Benefits Corp. So we've had further communications over the holidays. We are going to be more heavily involved with them as well. That is going to be where they are going to be rolling out various games, among them Chase the Ace, 50/50, Raffle, and some other ones, which are going to be going across the U.S. districts. And this is a regulatory play. So these games are going to be GLI certified, and because of the tie-in with Peerplays already GLI verified RNG, this is going to now introduce applications which are GLI verified, which means, or certified, which means that those will be available for regulated districts across the U.S. And underneath these applications will be Peerplays. So it's quite an exciting development, and we are heavily involved with them. So we'll be moving forward with that. There'll be more on that in the coming month. And of course, infrastructure, Internet of Things project. We had a few meetings over the holidays on this, and we are moving forward with the proof of concept. They've started on that. It's looking pretty good. This would extend Peerplays infrastructure significantly in terms of our node coverage around the world, which is something we certainly would like to increase. And in terms of infrastructure, CoinOS Group, we had another call with them, I believe, after our last update. And essentially, we're looking at planning to work with them to be able to see Peerplays work closely with the way that Koinos technology has been developed. We don't have all the details on that yet. We're actually working on this in terms of the technical details, but we do want to work with the team at Koinos Group in that development. So that's going to be another extension, essentially, of the development ongoing with Peerplays. So those are the primary collaborations that happened over the holidays. One that I didn't put up on the board was another call relating to Decentral Capital. And in that, basically just a reaffirmation about their dedication to working with Peerplays this year. So it wasn't that significant, though, so I didn't think to put it up, but it's certainly encouraging. So looking good for 2022.
Great. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Okay, so we're going to get into some questions, comments, and thoughts. I'll put it open to the group. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or thoughts?
Yes, sorry, I missed the part related to IoT. Sorry.
Sorry, Yevon, what was that?
I have a question about IoT direction.
Okay, if you want to ask your question, and the appropriate person will take it, whether it be Robinson, Jonathan, or
Okay.
Michael.
Okay, I will ask directly in the chat. Sorry for interruption.
So even if you can reach out to me. So we are, in general, we are exploring how we can use the sun's technology to talk to various types of data sources, and IoT could be one of the areas. So this is we are exploring these ideas, and you can reach out to me for more details. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm very interested in IoT theme because it was my domain last 5 years. I delivered some industrial project in industrial automation, robotic, and similar. So, and I still have team who can deliver that project. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Yevon. Anybody else? Okay, I have a question for Robinson. This is from the community. These questions are actually all from the community. What is the solution to fix the halt, and how can we prevent it in the future? If you can answer that the best that you can right now, please.
Yeah, sure. I think it's a first and foremost, I guess we need more witness operators. So that's the most important item. And I think we also need to acknowledge the fact that the communication, probably we need to have much more. I would probably use the word aggressive communication using all sort of channels, so that we can get everybody on the same page. And when times like halt or other issues comes up, we should be able to use everybody's help and bring back network. Or this is just one of the scenarios. We may also have security issues or other challenges. So we need more participation from both from as a technical jargon, and we need a lot more communication and collaboration also.
Thank you. And this one is for Michael. Michael, what are the strategic and tactical goals for improving a robust and communicative witness group? And do you think there should be any leadership among the witnesses? If so, what does the leadership look like amongst what is supposed to be a decentralized group of people?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Tactically, we have Dave in place with the refocus witness outreach. That is definitely the first step towards having that. Strategically, we're looking to improve the communication both ways. This will include more proactive and interactive approach. between the liaison, the witnesses, and the developers. There's a major gap in the communication process, up to and including even the location where these communications take place. As a result, we're going to be putting a bot in place that will automatically post in Telegram anything from the witness channel in Rocket Chat, just to make sure that there's no disconnect. Anybody that's only in one of the locations will still see what is happening. There's a lot of work to do, and collaboratively, and that is the key. We need to do it collaboratively. I think we can get to that point. As for leadership in the witnesses, I think that goes against the very nature of what we're trying to accomplish in terms of being a decentralized movement. So I don't think that there should be any direct leadership amongst the witnesses. Consensus approach is what we want to achieve. Every witness has free will and they're autonomous. So I think the best way to do it is to have clear and effective communication by everyone, and that's amongst the witnesses themselves, us to the witnesses, and even us internally. Have that as clear and concise and effective as it can possibly be is what's needed more than actual leadership within the witnesses.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, thank you everybody for your time. I will end today's weekly town hall meeting. Have a great day.